The Atlantic Immigration Program is a pathway to permanent residency for skilled workers and international graduates who would like to work and live in one of Canada's 4 Atlantic provinces: New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Island, or Newfoundland. It's one of the best Canadian PR programs out there. Hi, I'm Reza from Ingwe Immigration in Canada, and today we're covering the topic of Atlantic Immigration Program. The Atlantic Immigration Program replaced the original and previous Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program. Now it's permanent and you can apply online for your PR and work permit. It's a job offer stream, which means you need a local employer in one of these 4 Atlantic provinces. But unlike many other similar streams, it's fast track and it has many advantages. Let's start with the key advantages. It's one of the fastest PR job offer streams in all of Canada. Your PR will be processed within 12 months, which is much faster than any provincial nominee program in Canada. Only express entry is faster than this program in terms of PR applications in or outside of Canada. NOC skill level positions 0, A, B, and C are eligible. This means even intermediate skilled jobs in NOC level C, such as housekeepers, for example, are eligible, which don't necessarily need any post-secondary education. As you may already know, NOC C occupations are not eligible for express entry and are very restricted in terms of occupations for the provincial programs. Under the Atlantic Immigration Program, your work experience while studying as an international student does count. This is huge. 99% of all Canadian immigration programs don't count your work experience in Canada as eligible work experience. Only 2 programs in all of Canada allow this, and one of them is the Atlantic Immigration Program. The next advantage is it's a work permit plus PR program, which means you can apply for both together. Both inside and outside of Canada applicants can be eligible to apply. The lowest English or French language requirements for NOC 0A or B occupations to apply under this program, which means CLB 5, which is the equivalent of IELTS reading 4.0 and 5.0 for writing, speaking, and listening. And if you're in a NOC C occupation, a lower intermediate skill level, you only need a CLB 4, which is the equivalent of reading 3.5, writing 4.0, listening 4.5, and speaking 4.0. You don't need any work experience if you're an international student inside of Canada who's graduated from one of the approved public schools in one of the 4 Atlantic provinces. Of course, every program has its disadvantages, and here is the list which you should be aware of before applying for the Atlantic Immigration Program. If you think it's just any job offer, you're wrong. Your employer needs to be designated under the Atlantic Immigration Program, which means they have been approved by the province and listed on the list of designated employers. If they're not on this list of approved employers in these 4 Atlantic provinces, they can become designated. But until then, even if you have a job offer from them, you won't be eligible to apply until your employer is approved. We help many employers become approved and designated under the Atlantic Immigration Program. Self-employed worker experience does not count for eligibility under this stream. If you plan to apply under the international student stream of the Atlantic Immigration Program, the diploma, certificate, or degree has to be a minimum of 2 years long. A 1-year program is not eligible unless you're applying under a different program in the AIP. The job offer must be at the same skill level or higher than the work experience that qualified you for the job, unless you're an international graduate from a recognized post-secondary institution in the Atlantic provinces. The last point is not necessarily a disadvantage, but just an extra step that many other programs don't have. After you receive a job offer from a designated employer, you need to get a settlement plan. These plans are free. A settlement plan will help you and your family adjust to your new home in the Atlantic provinces. Once you have your settlement plan, give a copy to your employer and keep a copy for yourself. If you're not in Canada, bring the plan with you when you move to Canada. There are settlement agencies that support this process. Here are the key points you need to know regarding the job offer under the Atlantic Immigration Program. The job offer must be full-time and be for at least 1 year after you become a permanent resident in Canada, unless the job offer is in a NOC level C, intermediate skill level, in which case it has to be permanent with no end date. The job offer must be at the same skill level or higher than the work experience that qualified you for the job, as we discussed previously. If you're applying under the skilled worker stream, this doesn't apply under the international graduate stream. For certain healthcare occupations such as nurses and other occupations, there are exemptions to this rule. Here's what you need to know if you plan to study in one of the Atlantic provinces and apply for your permanent residency in Canada. The first point, you should have graduated from a 2-year program at one of the public post-secondary schools in the 4 Atlantic provinces. Private colleges are not eligible under the Atlantic Immigration Program. Second point is, you should have been living in one of the 4 Atlantic provinces 16 months before you graduated in the past 2 years. You must take a language test and send the test results with your application, even if you studied inside of Canada. You have to have your settlement plan ready. After you have your settlement plan ready, the next step is to have the province endorse your job offer. If the province endorses your job offer, you will receive a certificate of endorsement, which must be included with your permanent residency application. You also require an educational credential assessment if you have any post-secondary education from outside of Canada. Now, the next point we will be covering in this video series is super important and can really offer you more options to apply as an international student. So you have several options to apply for your PR if you're an international student who will or has graduated from one of the 4 Atlantic provinces in Canada. Check out these 3 permanent residency application hacks for international students. Option A, receive a job offer from a designated employer and convert from a student inside of Canada while you're studying to a full-time worker plus PR application. This is possible only if you had previous work experience related to your job offer, minimum 1 year. Option B, graduate from a 2-year program from one of the public schools in the 4 Atlantic provinces, and without any work experience, you can obtain a job offer and apply for your PR. Make sure your skills are transferable and relevant based on your education and the job offer you've received. Option C, in case you have graduated as an international student, but it was only for a 1-year program, well, you can still apply under the Atlantic Immigration Program. And the hack here is that you will have the previous work experience related to the job offer from your employer, minimum 1 year, 1,560 hours, either from your overseas work experience or while you are a student inside of Canada. And you will apply under the skilled or intermediate skilled worker stream under the Atlantic Immigration Program. These 3 options for international students are great. Basically, you can easily apply under these 3 variations I just explained in this video. The options are limitless with the Atlantic Immigration Program, which is why we recommend it as one of the fastest PR streams outside of Express Entry in all of Canada. There you have it, everyone. Either with 1 year work experience or no experience, you have the potential to apply for your permanent residency and work permit simultaneously under the Atlantic Immigration Program. And within 12 months, you can obtain your Canadian PR, either from inside or outside of Canada. If you're outside, you would arrive with a work permit, you and your spouse, partner if you have children, and then your PR would be processed while you're working for your employer inside of Canada with your work permit. Your spouse and partner can be eligible for open spousal work permits, and your children can study for free in public elementary and high schools. If you're deciding on applying for immigration to Canada or are already inside of Canada and need assistance with your PR application under the Atlantic Immigration Program or any other provincial or federal programs, you can contact our dedicated immigration team here in Canada. You ask why? Well, we currently have clients across all the 4 Atlantic provinces we discussed, where this Atlantic immigration program is in effect. At Ingwe, we speak over 8 languages, and we've helped applicants from over 47 different countries in their immigration path to Canada. We are offering a free assessment for all the people interested in immigration to Canada. Click on the link below this video. Remember, don't just apply, but apply with an immigration plan. That's our specialty. And if you have any questions, tune in to our weekly Thursday YouTube live session at 9:30 a.m. North America Eastern Standard Time. Take care, everyone, and see you next week.